When a narcissist walked away, they truly believed they were stepping into something better. In their mind, the decision to discard you was calculated. They assumed they could find someone else, someone easier, someone who would provide the same benefits you did without requiring emotional depth or accountability. But what they severely underestimated was your irreplaceable presence in their life. They never expected the fallout that would come from losing someone who genuinely cared. You were more than just a partner. You were a stabilizing force. You brought peace to their chaos, order to their dysfunction, and support when they couldn't manage their own mess. You made the storms of life easier to weather, whether they admitted it or not. Through your love, patience, and sacrifice, you carried emotional burdens they could never have handled alone. But narcissists don't recognize value until it's gone. They were so consumed with their illusions of control and self-importance that they assumed you'd always be there, ready to forgive, to chase, to fix what they break. So when they discarded you, they expected life to continue without a hiccup. They assumed the new supply, be it a romantic partner, a friend, or even a family member, would step in and effortlessly fill your role. What they didn't anticipate was the cold truth that not everyone is willing to tolerate their behavior, to cater to their ego, or to clean up the emotional damage they cause. What they found instead were people who challenged them, rejected their manipulation, or used them in return. The illusion of greener pastures began to crumble. Narcissists often curate an image after the discard, a carefully staged performance of happiness and success. Social media becomes their stage where they post smiles, vacations, and false portrayals of fulfillment. But behind those screens is a reality filled with dissatisfaction, anxiety, and emotional confusion. They're not content. They're chasing an image, not living in peace. The longer they stay disconnected from your energy, the more the emptiness creeps in. You, on the other hand, begin to heal. Slowly but surely, you start reclaiming your peace. You stop reaching out, stop explaining, stop fixing. And with that silence, the narcissist loses the one thing that sustained them, your emotional supply. It's in that void where reality finally hits. Life without you is more difficult than they ever imagined. The daily stressors feel heavier. The comfort they once took for granted is gone. The validation they thrived on has vanished. And the new supply, it never measures up to what you brought into their life. They never expected to miss you. They never expected to struggle. They never expected to be haunted by their own choices. But karma doesn't always strike in obvious ways. It often works silently, gradually removing peace, connection, and genuine joy from the lives of those who abused the people who once gave them everything. So don't doubt your impact. Don't question your worth. The narcissist didn't just lose a partner. They lost a healer, a supporter, a soul who was willing to carry them when they couldn't stand on their own. And when reality finally catches up with them, they will realize discarding you was the worst mistake they ever made.